Hello, everyone. This is Will.
This is Alex.
Welcome back to another episode of They Mostly Come Out at Night.
Oh, man. Mostly.
Well, yeah, listen, listen, we're not very happy right now, but go to YouTube. Please, can you just do us a solid real quick? Because we're about to be very depressed for the rest of the episode.
Yes.
Do us a little solid. Go to YouTube. Go to your favorite podcast streaming service. Just give us a follow. Comment, subscribe. Join the community. If you like what you hear, support us. That'd be nice. Please.
Quick thing, if there's any places where you listen to podcasts and we're not on there, whatever, let us know. I'll do what I can.
Well, yeah, and
I'll grease the wheels.
And
because this is a request episode.
So some context, I was going to say.
One of you did drop quite a few requests recently. Shout out to you. I've added them. I'm not going to say that we will watch every single one of them, but
it's if we can find them reasonably and they have to meet certain criteria.
Yes, if I can find them, and if they're not comedies and shit like that. But we will try. So thank you for that. Appreciate it. If anyone else, if there's something you want us to watch, whatever, drop it.
We've just kind of decided that about every 10 episodes or so, we're gonna do a request.
Yeah.
Now we'll do requests from this list that this one viewer did comment, and so we're gonna try and get through that. And then if you have any more requests, we'll start doing them every 10 episodes.
Yeah.
So just look forward.
See. Here's the thing.
To that. Well, until they run dry, or if we just get requests that we're not that don't kind of fit the criteria. Because even this one, we kind of ventured out of what we usually watch.
It's not technically action, and guess what? It definitely ain't horror.
It's horrifically bad, but it's not horror.
No, no. Sir.
But yeah, so we ventured out, and we don't mind doing that. But yeah, we just don't want anything that's like a comedy or like a farce or like a spoof of anything. So that
if it's sci-fi, I might allow it. I did I should say regrettably allow today's film, but I did allow it, and now I can say we've done it.
We've watched it. We don't have to watch it ever again, thank God. But we did watch it, so there you go. But anyway, please do that if you want to suggest it. We will get to them eventually. But yeah, so let's get into the movie. Oh my God.
Starship Invasions.
I don't know who suggested this.
Thank you,
and wow, there's some issues here.
Now, before we start, here's the thing. For suggestions, you can suggest movies that you can suggest movies you liked.
Yeah,
but they're not considered good movies. I understand. We've had lots of fun with a lot of movies on this podcast.
Yeah,
that we've genuinely loved a lot of films on this podcast. Okay.
Yeah.
Fuck the critics. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I
feel like at this point we're pretty good at kind of sniffing out movies that maybe just general audiences don't love, but we can find something that's generally,
but we love them,
pretty good about the movie, or something like a certain scene just gets us super excited, or something happens in the movie, or the camera works good. There's usually something to kind of latch on to.
So you can recommend movies for that, or if there's movies that you fucking hated
and you want to hear
so shit, and we passed over them or whatever, and you want us to watch that, let us know. So
yeah, that's kind of what's going to happen tonight.
Now, to the person who recommended this, I don't know if you recommended this for the first reason or the second one.
I hope for your mental health and mine that you recommended it because you hate it.
No offense meant, but I and our man William here, we hated this fucking movie.
Legit I was talking to Alex after, during this movie actually, and I was like, I legitimately have, in recent memory, I can't remember the last time I watched a movie this abysmally boring.
Yes, it's, because we go into everything open, and no matter like how lowbrow, fucking low budget something is, there's, sometimes there's something I can latch onto, and hell, sometimes there's movies that we watch, and yeah, like
I mean, listen, we have a podcast where we fucking review like the worst fucking horror and action movies in existence.
Yeah.
And we literally go in blind, usually, to these movies, and usually yes, there are some fucking awful ones, but for the most part, they're at least watchable.
They're fun.
There at least is something
sometimes
in it that, like, is hilariously bad or endearing that they tried to so hard to make a good movie, or sometimes
it's
like
an
we
actual
said before, like it's an actually good, really good movie.
Yeah, sometimes it fucking shocks us and it's amazing. But this is one of those movies where it's just nothing.
It's kind of shocking, the inverse. It's shocking how bad this movie is.
So, listen, I'm not even going to bother going, like, I'm not doing this chronologically. I refuse.
Dude, I don't even know if I can, like,
it's going to be a rambler.
I don't even know if I can go a full fucking hour just, like, talking about this movie. This movie doesn't deserve that.
No, we're not doing an hour.
And I don't know how they got Robert Vaughn and Christopher Lee. I will never understand it. I mean, listen.
Let's talk
about that, actually.
Let's talk about the...
So, Robert Vaughn, Christopher Lee, pretty big actors.
Well, I was going to say, let's talk about what is... what did they do in this movie, Will?
The actors?
Yes, please.
Well, they just stare into the camera. Like, not stare off into space. No. The director had a different vision.
Yeah.
He's like, you know what?
A nightmare is a vision.
This movie's about aliens. Let's have all the aliens, instead of actually communicating, they just stare awkwardly into the camera, and we'll have voiceovers.
Yes.
And their mouths don't move, by the way. No. It's like telepathically, like, talking to each other.
Christopher Lee speaks through voiceover in the whole movie.
Like, literally, if I was Christopher Lee or Vaughn, I would, like, literally, it's like the easiest acting job ever. They're like, okay, where's the script?
See, like, unfortunately for Robert Vaughn,
he had to talk.
Barely. But
can you imagine that casting call for Christopher Lee where he's like, okay, where's the script? And he's like reading it over. He's like, why does it say voiceover? Like,
no, okay, this is literally like, they filmed his scenes, and then they probably had like half an hour for him to quickly record voiceover, and then they just plastered that throughout the movie.
Well,
because here's the thing, like, okay, so the basic thing is there is a race of aliens that are extremely similar to humans, and their planet's gonna like explode or some shit, so they find Earth, and because it's so similar, they want to take it over.
It's the classic, like, eliminate humans so they can inhabit the planet.
Yes, we've seen it a billion times in a bunch of movies that are million
even movies
times better.
Before this did this.
Yes.
Like, it's nothing new. Even in the 70s. This was made in 77. Yeah. This plot was just basic as shit.
Here's the thing. It's a fine plot. You can make something fun out of it, right?
You can, if you have the vision to do it, but no. Well, okay, here's the stupid thing. And this is, like, let's just get this out of the way. The way they're eliminating the fucking humans is, like, one of the stupidest fucking things I've ever seen.
Are you going to talk about the suicide thing?
Yeah.
Because I was going to say, in theory...
It could work, but that's if you had, like, actually good filmmakers behind this movie.
Yeah.
Because the whole thing is they make people go, like, mad and kill themselves, basically.
Yes. And sometimes in the process, well, I guess
kill their family.
Only one person.
I don't know.
We see one scene where a guy is at like a grocery store parking lot, and he just starts unloading his gun on like random people,
and then he kills himself. Well, here's the thing, and this is what I don't understand, is it only seems to affect certain people.
Yes, some people aren't affected,
or they're people.
Like affected very mildly,
or it'll like zap them a little bit, and they think about it, and then they go on their day, and then they see something, and then they kill themselves.
If they get triggered by it.
I don't know. It made no fucking sense. Like, I hate exposition dumps in movies, but I could have fucking used one in this movie.
No.
Like, there could have been...
No, I could have used... I'll be honest, I could have used less talking in this.
Well, there's a lot of voiceover.
Because the talking and the voiceover is like the ultimate cure for insomnia and this shit.
It is painful to watch because it literally is just the actor or actress staring into the camera while the voiceover plays. And they wait until they're completely done saying whatever they're saying, and then they go over to the next actor, and he or she stares into the camera while the voiceover happens, and then it goes to the next person, and their voiceover starts. It is so painfully boring. This movie is fucking idiotic.
It's just like every possible junction, every venture, they went with the most boring choice imaginable.
Well, and it starts so stupid too, because it's just a fucking farmer on his tractor. Yeah. They beam him, and then he talks to the local news, which gets the professor interested, and then he kills himself, and then they just go on with this giant plot where now all of a sudden, eventually, they have just one spaceship zapping the Earth and making people kill themselves, and then a giant armada that's ready to like invade the planet.
Because basically, it's like there's like the good aliens in this movie, which have the big heads.
Was it the galactic
something?
The galactic force of planets or what? Some bullshit.
It's like, I don't know, I guess like the UN of planets or something, but it's like they're the good aliens, and then Christopher Lee and his dude bros with the fucking dragon thing on their chest.
To prove they're evil, they have a dragon like just ironed onto their chest,
and they're wearing black,
all black. Ooh, scary.
But yeah, and then it's like we get fights between them and the good aliens, and eventually the good aliens...
Well, because they take over like the home base, which is a pyramid...
An underwater pyramid.
An underwater pyramid that they fly into, and they take them over with their fucking finger blasters. They put
the lamest weapon I've ever seen
guns
in a movie.
On their fingers and press their wrist to fucking fire them. And they take over this little base so they can control the armada from the base... Yeah. And take over the planet before their planet, because they bring all the fucking aliens from the other planet because it's about to die,
and just keep zapping the Earth. But eventually,
it culminates in the stupidest fucking dogfight I've ever seen in my entire life.
The ending,
yeah,
we'll get there.
The ending, we will save that one for in a minute.
Because basically, the good aliens, their ship gets damaged at one point, and they basically take the professor and his computer whiz buddy, and they beam them up, and they have them like they rob like a fucking, they go to some fucking building
they just steal a bunch of hard drives and shit.
That's it. And like,
well, they're not even hard drives, they look more like disk drives. Like they look like fucking like just random computer
parts they found. And
which is funny because they used the tech guy that has no fucking clue how this alien technology works. No. But all of a sudden he's fine, you know.
Well, they make him wear the magic headphones,
the knowledge sucker
that activate the other 99% of your brain matter.
So he can play on a calculator and do calculations while they repair his. Fuck this movie, like,
because half of this movie is literally them flying around space. And like shenanigans occur on Earth. And nothing.
Well, at a certain point, it's literally just their flight. The doctor and the professor just flying around in space, while like on Earth, like it's just scenes of people either driving past like two people that killed themselves, or like they're thinking about killing themselves and then they do it,
or family drama,
like it's just stupid. Like none of the Earth shit matters because we know the plot already, so I don't know why they keep showing it, because it doesn't add any interest to the fucking plot until the end. Like I just well, and like how we were talking about how the movies now, at least we have some like fancy camera work and like
anything,
tracking shots and like crane shots,
anything.
This movie is just like set. It's back to the old standard of set camera on tripod, move camera.
No, there's so many. Like, I'm not joking. This is a great cure for insomnia. Like, because everyone in this movie looks bored.
This is the film.
Everyone looks bored.
This is the film equivalent of cardboard.
Yeah, everyone in this looks bored, and their voiceover is just droning and boring. All the sets are boring. Like, the spaceships.
A lot of the spaceships,
boring.
they use the same set.
It's boring.
They use the same set, just slightly different lighting to show the evil spaceships and the hero spaceships.
The evil spaceship has like red lighting because
the evil spaceship, except for in the dogfight, you can't tell the fucking difference between the spaceships because you have no idea what the fuck is going on.
Yeah, because just close-ups of people staring through tubes.
Staring through tubes, and then like spaceships at a far that looks like fucking silver dots firing red blaster things.
Lasers.
But you can tell because the villains are like top hats, and then the fucking the heroes look like a fucking melted Hershey's Kiss. It's like fucking it's like this domed fucking like almost looks like a rolled up condom. Like it's fucking stupid.
I thought the evil ships looked more like it almost looked like cookware.
Like, I could see it because it kind of looked like a pie tin and then like
grandma's casserole.
Yeah,
flying around.
Pie tin with a little lid on top.
And the fucking the good guys looked like a fucking like a squished dreidel. You just spin around. It's fucking stupid. Like, and like I could forgive some of this. I could forgive some of it if if there was like, I don't know, something fun, something to latch onto, if the characters were interesting. But they're not.
Like, I just don't know if the filmmakers are just like everyone involved with this, like, did they literally think this is the best they could do? Like, they looked at the final product and were like, you know what? This movie's fucking not boring at all. This movie, there's so much excitement in this movie. It's fucking awesome. People are gonna love it.
And another thing is, like, it's kind of funny because the lovely director of this film made some softcore pornos before this.
Well, and
it's funny because you think about that, right? And Will made a joke about how this is like a porno with the sex scenes cut out, which is funny because you would think like it's just funny that this is a fucking PG like limp dick film.
Yeah.
And it's funny because there's hints, there's like little hints of like, nudity in this.
Yeah.
That you think like, oh, are we gonna get like nudity? And
no,
we don't get anything.
Well, because you can't have anything exciting happen in this movie.
Nothing. Like there's no nudity.
It is
the
completely,
violence is just totally. Bleh.
This is just void of anything exciting.
Yeah, it's like
if you just want
like they were allergic to excitement.
Yeah, they like literally did not have any idea how to fucking make anything happen that would cause anyone any amount of joy. Like,
yeah, seriously.
Like they literally made a movie that is so devoid of any excitement that you just want to sleep.
Yeah, seriously.
It's
the funniest bit of the movie, because it's so stupid. And again,
oh god,
it'll include my fucking rant about the stupid vanilla PG bullshit in here. Is there's a part when like they're in the stupid pyramid base, right?
Oh my god.
And the bad guys start murdering everybody with their stupid finger blaster, their double finger blaster. And there's like first things first, there's like a woman.
Oh my god.
There's like a pleasure room in the pyramid, right?
Hi.
And it's like they're like prostitutes, I guess.
Well,
I don't know.
No reason they finger blast all the prostitutes. Even
They do.
They were just they were just chilling.
Please say that sentence again.
They finger blast all the.
If only. Well,
It's like that finger bang episode of fucking South Park.
How dare you? But yeah, they kill all of them. But there's one who like. This is so stupid because there's one who.
I love how there's one android in this entire movie.
Yes. So there's one of like the pleasure women that Christopher Lee like takes with him for like a five minutes, and then he's like they have a connection because when he starts finger blasting everybody, he tells her like say nothing.
I love that term now. Finger blast.
Yeah, literally. It's like say nothing. Don't say anything. And then they put her. She originally wears like a skin tight like fucking full body.
I don't know why they kept her alive though.
And then for reasons of she changes into like a skimpy outfit. She looks like look up the movie Star Crash. I think it might have been the same fucking year as this garbage pile. But look up that fucking movie, and that's the same fucking outfits as that goddamn movie. It's like this skimpy like Barbarella outfit. And then she like immediately goes and calls the fucking space fuzz. Remember?
Yeah, well, because that's how they know to like start like taking care of business.
And then he sees her and shoots her.
He finger blasts her.
And it's like, okay, what was the point of any of that?
Nothing, because there's no point to this movie.
Because I almost thought like, oh, is she gonna like fight? Like, is she gonna like join the like, the good guys? No, nothing. Fuck you.
Well, because you think it's going somewhere and then it goes nowhere.
You think so? Yeah, because like
immediately dies.
Like, why are we focusing on her? Why do they have this like?
The only importance of that scene was that we now know that the good aliens are on their way to like help.
The other importance of that scene is that they blast the android,
and then drag. They drag him to like
lifeless android body,
the core of the pyramid, and then which is a staircase
with wood paneling.
Yeah, which is hilarious because it's the only part of the set in the pyramid that they didn't like decorate at all.
It just gave up.
It's just a bunch of fucking junk at the bottom.
Well, because all the other hallways of the pyramid have like fucking like weird artwork,
yeah,
or like disco lighting, and it's like
it's so fucking weird.
Nice try, bro.
I don't know if it was like that was just like the location. I guess it works, obviously, because it's supposed to be like alien technology. So we don't know how it's supposed to work, I guess, is their thought process.
They tried.
Which is just fucking stupid. But except for that fucking staircase, that's just wood paneling.
Yeah, but we get the best scene is where our guy takes the lifeless android body and throws him down the staircase.
I am not kidding. This is the only scene in this entire 1 hour and 28-minute movie that gave us any sort of joy.
I was crying because first of all, I love dummy shots in movies, and we get a very... It's funny because they don't even attempt to hide the dummy.
Oh, it very clearly looks like a dummy.
He just ragdolls down this fucking stairway, and like...
Which is funny because it's supposed to be like this stiff android.
Yeah, but it's just like...
But it's like just ragdolling.
Like a fucking Beanie Baby falling down this hallway. and he crashes down, and we get this like zoom up, and it's the fucking guy who threw him.
Awkwardly looking down.
But it's like the only bit of his face that you see like illuminated is his nose. It just looks so fucking stupid. It's like you kept asking yourself, like, did they think this looked cool? And honestly, like, it's so lame that, like, maybe, but it's so lame that your brain's like, no.
But then
you can't think.
But it's in the movie, so obviously someone greenlit that scene.
You can greenlight that scene, but like once you film it, you look at it, you're like, oh no, we got to fix that.
It's like what a woman sees when she looks down when someo's eating her out. Just a pair of eyes and a dimly lit, illuminated nose.
Look at me when you suck my dick. That's what you see. Okay, cool. Like,
oh my god, dude!
Oh, this movie's embarrassing.
It's fucking insane. Like, it's insane that this movie was even made. Like, it's so bad. It's it's not even that it's like horribly bad, right? Like, because the concept is okay, everything is okay, but like it's just so painfully boring that you literally want to fucking like stop watching it, like literally like 15 minutes in.
The only other thing I can really add off the top of my head is that the fucking spaceship scenes are hilarious because it's like, it's a fucking tiny little baby spaceship.
Well, and like I said, you can't tell which fucking ship is which, and a lot of times it's just silver dots firing red dots.
But when they're on Earth, most of the shots, it's a tiny little, it looks like a fucking kite flying around.
Well, because they do that thing where they like put the spaceship. They
only when it's a person on screen, though.
Yeah, they put the miniature like closer to the camera, and then they film the other actors like far away.
Yeah, like half a mile away to make your little baby spaceship your grandma's casserole plate.
Which is fine. Big. We've seen movies do it before more effectively.
I was gonna say.
But we have seen it.
The problem is that every time they don't do that shot, they just keep it at normal, like, distance.
There's even a shot where, like, the fucking ship starts flying towards the actors, and I'm like, careful there, it's gonna start looking, and then it did start looking like a little fucking miniature.
Like a little plate flying around, and you're just like, okay.
You're like, okay, they did it. Alright, cool. I guess they didn't care.
Not even trying, I guess.
There is also the scene that almost broke our brains when they just show, like, a millisecond clip of a spaceship coming out of the water.
Yeah, it's like it just bursts out, and they cut it so quick.
Well, it's funny.
It's like a comedy shot.
What's funny is, like, later in the movie, you realize why they cut it so quick, because they reuse the same shot twice, and one is in slow-mo, and then one is in regular speed. So we have the same shot 3 times. One is like a millisecond long, so you can't comprehend what the fuck is going on. One is in slow-mo, so you can see the beautiful, like...
The plate flying out of the water, the bathtub.
Plate blasting its way out of the fucking bathtub, and then one normal shot.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, fucking Christ. Let's just fucking get to the end and get this over with.
So, at the end, with our giant epic space battle,
well, they're losing, right? Because, like, their fucking computer didn't get fixed, and the fucking tech guy got too exhausted playing on the calculator.
Playing Snake on the calculator?
And he, like, so he fucking has to lay down.
Well, the other guy does nothing, I guess. And, yeah, they're having this, like, battle, and it's just boring and bland, and eventually they... Oh, my God. The fucking aliens, the good aliens, they somehow wake up the android.
Well, okay, and this is the thing. It's like, I almost completely forgot, like...
that this was even a thing.
Like, that android has been dead for, like, at this point, like, 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, literally, like, there's been no, like, guess or any, like, inkling that they could wake up the android, right? They have not explained that. They have not done any fucking... have given us any clue that any android still exists. And then all of a sudden... After 40 minutes, they wake up this android.
Yeah, they wake him up, and he's like, oh, yes.
Which makes you think they could have done that earlier.
At any moment, yeah.
At any moment.
Now, he wakes up, and then he's like, I think I can put in a new power pack. And he just picks up a power pack that's, like, on the ground next to him.
How convenient.
Puts it in, and apparently
how fucking convenient. He's fixed.
Perfectly fixed.
And then he walks very awkwardly and slowly up the wood paneling stairs that look like they do not belong in a fucking pyramid.
Looks like a library hallway. And he gets up to the top, gets to the control room, chokes the dude out with his Vulcan death grip.
And then destroys all the fucking...
He makes all the ships suicide.
He stops the suicide. Okay, so kind of before this, we see the main actor... Like, we see the main guy's... like girlfriend or wife, she is starting to like kill herself, and
she sees a newspaper.
Yeah, and she decides to slit her wrists, and she like passes out, and the little girl finds her, and you think she's dead. So then we get the whole fucking android waking up bullshit, and then so the android like makes all the fucking enemy ships collide into each other and shoot each other. Yeah. And then we see the Galactic Force is going after Christopher Lee's character, right?
What was his name?
I can't... Ramses. Yeah, because we made the joke. I want to Like this whole scene with Ramses makes me want to fucking Ramses myself into a wood chipper.
Well, don't forget what happens to him. Well,
yeah, this is why we wanted to Ramses ourselves, because like this is the big climactic like epic battle. We got fucking good versus evil. This evil race of aliens.
Picture it in your head. Trust me, it looks way better people. What we saw.
And then Ramses, this is how he gets his comeuppance, okay?
So you're like, hey,
all right, get excited, right? Because Ramses, he's finally gonna get what he deserves. This evil alien,
give up.
And he's like, we don't want to kill you. Like, give up, surrender yourself.
And it's just him staring at like his computer screens.
And then
we see like the moon. And
well, for no reason, Ramses' like ship goes like fucking sicko mode.
It goes
and
Super
goes
Saiyan.
like fucking like just goes top speed right into the fucking moon and explodes.
He doesn't even look at it. He's just like staring at his computer, and it runs into the moon and explodes, and that's it.
Yeah, that's how he kills himself. I guess maybe they were trying to go for like, oh, Ramses made other people kill himself, but then he killed himself in the end.
That's a take.
Listen, I don't even know anymore.
I think, again, like you said, the people who made this movie are allergic to anything fun.
Or even, like, anything of substance, really, because there's nothing here. So like I said before, it's a porn movie if you took out all the fucking sex scenes.
Yeah, except...
That's how awkward this movie is.
There's not even a tease, though.
Nothing.
It's like... it's like in that case, it's like, okay, yeah, they'd cut away before the fucking starts.
They cut out all the build-up and the sex scenes.
So you just have meh.
You just have terrible except for like, I mean, obviously the lead actors are good, but like, so
I would say they're good in other things. They're not, but there's so little content here.
How could you be excited for filming this movie?
Bro, like Christopher Lee.
No shit. They were like
looks bored. It just stares at the camera for the whole movie. Like Robert Vaughn just talks about UFOs.
He phoned it in the entire fucking movie. Like he didn't care. Neither of these dudes gave a shit.
Why would you?
They didn't give a single fuck because they were getting a paycheck and they just had to show up, stare at the camera for a while, do some voiceover work, and leave.
And boom.
Done.
Easy. Starship invasions.
Give me my paycheck. I'll take my leave. That's it. This movie fucking blows. It's just so fucking boring. Like it's just painfully boring. I think that's his biggest sin. It's just so like fucking like everything's happening on screen and you're just like, why isn't this more exciting?
Because
like why is this so fucking dumb?
Because everything about it is boring. Like the music, the filmmaking, the acting, it's
just so bland.
Every bit about it.
There's no style. There's no like. It's like they didn't even try. They just like fucking like the whole crew just phoned it in.
Yeah.
Like they didn't give a shit about this movie and it shows.
No fucks were given.
You cannot tell me that anyone working on this movie gave a shit about this movie.
No fucks were given during this thing.
I just don't.
Zero.
There cannot be anyone that was like super committed to this fucking film.
If anyone was, I did not see it on
like
screen.
From the camera work, the directing, the cinematography, the acting, like it's just all bland. It's just all stale. It doesn't work.
No, not at all.
None of the scenes in this movie work. And that's probably like I said, its biggest sin is it's just fucking boring and stale.
Yeah. It's like, I mean, really the worst thing a movie can do is just be boring.
I think that is because there's nothing, even in like really fucking god awful movies, there's at least something exciting happening or something on screen that like looks kind of interesting or, something to kind of like keep a focal point for you, like keep you interested.
Yeah.
Keep you like engaged.
To keep you going.
To keep you engaged in the movie. Yeah. But this movie isn't even engaging and nothing happens.
From frame one. It is boring, and it stays that way.
There's no style and no substance whatsoever. It's just it's just a fucking throwaway movie.
Yeah. There's not even like basic shit. Like there's no. The aliens are boring. the world that they show you, the spaceships are boring. Like, it's all of it. There's nothing.
The only excitement, literally, is because we like Ragdoll. Like, we just fucking liked seeing an android being thrown down a well because they showed that awkward fucking shot of the guy staring down the stairwell.
Staring as you suck his dick.
Yeah.
Like, that's this movie. It just presents its micro penis to you, and it's like, suck it. And you just look up, and all you see is that face staring at you.
When you're sucking his dick and you look up.
And except imagine that for an hour, 28 minutes.
Yeah.
That's your fucking movie. Thanks, film.
I mean, this might be painfully obvious, but we're going to do Shitty to Pretty. And
oh, fuck this. 1 out of 10.
Fuck yeah. If I could give it a 0, I would.
I thought about it, as the movie was going. I was like, I don't know. Maybe I'll give it a 2.
For what?
Exactly.
But
that's why I can't.
Like, that's just being generous for no reason.
Just I can't because...
Like, what would give it a fucking 2? Like, that's one scene that we laughed at was not good enough to bump it up to any sort of rating whatsoever.
Maybe I kept thinking, oh, something's going to happen.
That's the thing. You think something maybe would happen, but after an hour, you're just like, nah, nothing's gonna happen. Nothing's gonna happen.
No, once we got to the last like 20 minutes, and we had the most boring space battle I've ever seen in my life. I was like, there's no hope for this thing. Like, they can't.
It's done. It's fucking done.
You can't come back from that.
No. There's no redemption.
It's like the penis has been presented to you. And you see that it cannot get larger. It cannot please you.
You're like, God damn it.
Or the lady took her pants off and it just smells horrible. And you're just like, well, it can't get any better.
Well,
that's it.
There's no going back.
Like the fucking, the yeast infection is there for you and it can't go away. And so once I got to that ending, I was like, okay, this is fucking hopeless.
It was done. It fucking...
That's why, like...
This movie imploded on itself.
When Ramses fucking ran into the moon, it was like... I almost wasn't even surprised, Because I was like...
I wasn't like shocked. I don't know what they wanted us to feel.
Because we watched, we watched Disconnected, which had the shit ending, right? But it's like, the reason it was shit is because there were parts of that movie that were good.
Yeah, and because we wanted it to end well.
But with this, it's like when it fucking flaccidly, like, just pre-cummed on you, it's just like, okay, fine.
You're like, great, okay, Ramses is dead, that's good, I guess.
Because it's like, I wasn't even surprised at that point, because in my head, I was like, it's going to be lame. It's going to be fucking lame. I either thought it's going to be the lamest death ever, or they're just going to, like, arrest him and that's it. Something lame. And guess what? It was something lame.
I'm done with this fucking movie. I thank you for suggesting it, and I hope you're happy with yourself.
I hope you enjoyed
I hope you're
how
happy.
much we hated this fucking thing.
Because, like, holy shit.
Because...
And I do hope, like I said, for your sake and for ours, that you do not like this movie. Listen, I get people are very... You can have your own opinion. It's okay.
Hey, if you liked this, I'm happy for you. I truly am.
I'm sorry for you, actually, to be honest.
No, I'm happy that if you can watch this, and as we joked many times during this movie that we wanted to kill ourselves. If you watch this film and you did not want to just throw yourself into a wood chipper, good for you, man.
I mean, listen, you're braver than we are, so...
You're a brave soul.
If you did want to talk about it, let me know. Let us know. I mean, we're here to talk if you need some help, too.
Listen, man, Starship Invasions isn't worth it, man.
It isn't worth it, man. Just go back. You don't have to watch this. There's so many good movies.
We got we got 200. We'll have 200 episodes.
Just go to the end of each of the years. You'll see the best. The best. You could just watch those, man. Come on.
You 2 seconds into those,
or whoever suggested it, just please. You can save yourself. Even Christopher Lee has better movies. Robert Vaughn is in a bunch of good movies.
Got better movies. Even probably most of the people in this have at some point appeared in something better.
And I mean, like you said, if you really want to go back and look at our catalog. We have plenty of sci-fi horror movies and action movies that will bring you much more joy than this ever could.
Than this hour and 28-minute long fuckfest.
Yeah,
just wankery.
That's I'm done.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
So for They Mostly Come Out at Night, this has been Will.
It's been Alex.
And we'll talk to you all later.
Bye.
Bye. Let's go Ramses ourselves into the wall.